Hello there, welcome to Dream City Clinic. I am the nurse here today. I am Cloud. And are you here today for the follow my instructions and focusing test? Perfect. Well, you've come to the right place. Now, I do have to start you off with a couple of questions, if that's okay with you. Good. And what's your name? Okay, and are you here for the very slow and detailed exam or just the fast test? Just the fast focus test? The fast one sounds good to me. So we've got you signed on in here. And I'm going to start off first with asking you, you're going to follow my instructions, right? Good. And do you have any troubles focusing or following instructions in general? Because I know I do, and that's okay. Good, so we're the same. So I'm going to ask you first, can you look up here? And can you look down here? Can you look over here? And can you look over here? This is going to make you pay attention to certain things. Now look up here. Now look down here. Now can you follow my finger? Good. Just follow my finger. This exam's going to be quite quick. Just very fast. So just keep following my finger. Okay, can you look up here? Can you look down here? Can you look up here? Can you look down here? Okay, so I have a little toy here. This is a Neopets. It's an official, original Neopet, okay? I'm gonna ask you, can you follow this with your eyes? Good, and can you let me know? Can you focus on this? What color is the tail right there? What color is the tail right there? It's like a white or a cream. Very good. And what color is the tail on this side? What color is the tail on this side? This is a blue. Very good. And can you tell me what kind of facial expression is that? Can you focus right here? What facial expression is this? That is a smile. And how many teeth does this character have? This has how many teeth? 1, 2. This has 2 teeth. 2 teeth. 2 teeth. Very good. So this is a little Neopets here. We're actually going to give this to you. Okay, good. Just take that. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a couple of things. I'm going to ask you to choose one. Okay, this is a focusing. Follow my instructions and choose one. So I have some candies here. I do have this melon candy. This one is green. Okay, and then I do have a mango one. Which would you choose between the two? Would you choose the melon, or would you choose the mango? Okay, now choose one. Good. Now I'm gonna ask you, can you keep looking at it? Keep looking at it. Keep looking at it. Keep looking at the one, and don't get distracted by the other. Okay. Okay. Keep looking at it. Don't get distracted by the other. Very good. And which one did you choose? Okay. Would you let me know below? Thank you so much. Now I'm gonna ask you here. You can take the one that you want. Good. I'm gonna ask you a different question. So I do have 2 different types of grape candies. We do have a green grape, and we do have a purple grape. Now choose one. Good, and focus on it. Don't get distracted by the other one. Don't get distracted by the other one. Don't get distracted by the other one. Keep looking at it. Keep looking at it. Okay, which one did you choose? Very good choice. Actually, that's my favorite as well. Now, I'm going to ask you just a couple of questions here, okay? Now, I always do this. It's my favorite test. I'm going to give you a smell test, and I'm going to ask you to focus with the best of your ability. Focus on what smell you are smelling. Now, there's no correct answer, but I'm going to ask you to guess to the best of your ability, okay? So I have a ton of essential oils here, and we're going to start off with this one right here. I'm not going to tell you what it is. But I'm going to shake it up. I'm going to ask you, what do you smell? What does that remind you of? Flowers, perhaps a tree, perhaps a book. What does that smell like? Flowers, okay. Any guess? Okay, well this one is lavender. Did you get that? Let me know, did you get that? Okay, let's test you on another one. So I'm going to do this one here. This one's a bit more tricky, a bit more interesting as a selection. So I like the smell of this one actually. So can you take a guess what this one is? What does that remind you of? The ocean, perhaps? Perhaps that reminds you of a mountaintop. Okay, this reminds you of like a grass. Very good. Perhaps this reminds you of the outdoors. Okay, and what do you think this is? No, this is not lemongrass. This is actually something called vetiver. And this is something that would grow. And it smells like, kind of smells like, if you've ever smelled tea tree oil before, have you? That's what I thought. Okay, I'm gonna write that down really quickly. Okay, I'm gonna ask you quickly to remember a couple of numbers for me, okay? Can you remember 5? Can you remember 4? And can you remember 3? So remember that sequence as well. 5, 4, 3. Remember those numbers 5, 4, 3, okay? Are you gonna remember that? Follow my instructions. Remember that number 5, 4, 3. Okay, so it was 5, 4, 3. So if I remembered 5, 4, 3. Very good. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you now. This one is a bit different. It is also in a green little bottle here. This one smells very interesting. Okay, what do you think this one smells like? Let's take a guess here. Do you think that smells like perhaps next to a beach? Do you think this smells like perhaps the trees in a very open forest? Maybe you think that this smells like what? Okay, well this one is lemongrass. Lemongrass reminds me of a spa. Does that remind you of a spa at all? What did that remind you of? Very good. I'm going to test you only one more time. these sent to me from a friend in the United States, and these smell amazing, okay? And I'm gonna ask you, which one do you prefer? I'm gonna just let you choose one, okay? So the first one I'm gonna let you smell is called Champagne, Apple, and Honey. And do you like the smell of that one? It smells good. Okay, now I'm gonna let you smell the one that's called French Lavender. Now, what do you like the smell of that one? Okay, and which one do you choose out of the two? Okay, you choose this one, the Apple and Honey. Well, then that one goes to you. Perfect. Thank you so much for choosing that. Now, I'm gonna ask you really quickly just to sit still. I'm gonna just take your temperature. Okay, and are you typically this temperature? 93.6. I think that's in Fahrenheit. Are you typically that temperature? That seems a little bit low. Okay, so I'm gonna write that down. Okay, answer a couple questions for me first. I'm gonna actually test you really quickly. What were the numbers? What were the three number sequences that I gave you from before? What were the three number sequences? 5, 4, and 3. Very good. I'm going to ask you now to remember another sequence. Okay, is that okay with you? I'm going to ask you to remember 1, 5, 4. Okay, 1, 5, 4. Remember 1, 5, 4. Okay. Can you look at this fork over here for me? Look at the fork. Okay, and look at the fork over here. Okay, and where does the fork look? As if it were a bit more larger to your eye. Does the fork look larger here, or does the fork look larger here? 1 or 2? 2. Okay, follow my instructions. Pay attention. Focus, focus, focus. Does the fork look larger here, or does the fork look larger here? 1 or 2? 2. Okay, now look over here. Does the fork look larger here, or does the fork look larger here? 1 or 2? 2. Okay, does the fork look larger here, or does the fork look larger here? 1. Perfect. Okay, now can you look back at the fork? Look back at the fork. Okay, look over here. Look at the fork. Very good. And sometimes I do actually like to brush my hair with a fork like this, okay? It's very common for people to use whatever they have handy to make use of it. So, okay, look at the fork over here. And can you look at the fork over here? Okay, very good. Now we're going to ask you the number sequence again. I did distract you. So did you focus and pay attention? Did you follow my instructions and focus and pay attention to the number sequence that I asked you from before? So what was it? Was it 5, 4, 1? Was it 1, 4, 5? Or was it 1, 5, 4? Which one was it? Was it 1, 2, or 3? It was 1, 5, 4. Very good. Good. It looks like you're focusing and paying attention and following my instructions. Now, we're going to speed this up even faster. Now, I'm going to ask you to follow the light. This is a very difficult one, so can you follow the light right here? Can you focus right there? Now, follow the light. Good. Now, follow the light. Good. Now, follow the light. Good. Now, follow the light up. And follow the light down. Follow the light over here. Follow the light over here. Look up. Look down. Follow the light. Follow the light. Follow the light. Very good. Now, we're going to speed this up even faster. Keep following the light. Good. Keep following the light. Very good. Now is the light far away from you or up close? Now is the light far away from you up close? Okay, good. Keep following the light. Good. Follow the light. Follow the light. Follow the light. Good. Follow the light. Follow the light. Follow the light. Okay, can you remember a word for me? I'm going to ask you to remember the word pamplemousse. Remember the word pamplemousse. Okay, keep following the light. Very good. Follow the light. Follow the light. Follow the light. Good. Follow the light. Follow the light. Follow the light. Look here. Look over there. Now look over here. Now look over here. Now look over there. Okay, now is the light farther away from you or closer to you? Okay, now is the light farther away from you or closer to you? Okay, now up here is the light farther away from you or close to you? Okay, now I'm going to actually test your ears. I'm going to ask if you hear things from your left or your right side, okay? So I'm just going to put my hands right here. Now let me know, do you hear this from your left side or your right side, okay? So let's begin. Left or right side, okay. Left or right side, okay. Left or right side. Left or right side, good. Left or right side. Left or right side. Left or right side. Left or right side. Very good. Now I'm going to ask you, is my hand moving on your left or your right side? Okay. Left or right side. Good. And my hand now. Left or right side. Very good. Now let me know which hand is closer, my left or my right. Good. And what about now? 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 Good. Okay. And I'm going to ask you, do you remember the word that I asked you to remember? What was the word that I asked you to remember? It was a bit difficult. It was pamplemousse. Very good. It looks like you couldn't remember the word very well. So it was pamplemousse, pamplemousse, pamplemousse. Thank you so much for coming on by. It looks like we gave you a very good focus test and you followed my instructions very clearly. I'm going to write that down so that we can have your information for later. But it looks like you're doing phenomenally. Absolutely phenomenally. Yes, so all your results will be sent to you digitally. Every single piece of information we found here today, and especially we're going to resend you your focus test, your analysis, your follow my instructions tests,